What's going down, people? How you doing? TK coming at you, and I want to talk to you about diversification points that make sense. You know, when I first started studying this arena, I met someone who was financially above everyone else, and I asked a simple question: how did you get involved? How did you get started? And what was the catalyst? So he said when he was young, you know, he took his allowance and he put it into the stock market. And then the choices that he made in the stock market began to pay off to where he was able to flip enough seed capital to get involved in real estate. And at the time I met him, he was an apartment owner. So he had residual income by owning various apartment buildings. And that put him above everyone else. So think about this. Everything you do is about the decisions you make today, which leads to a better tomorrow. So ask yourself, what decisions are you making to better position yourself financially? Well, any type of success in the financial game requires seed capital. So how do you get seed capital when you're living check to check, or you don't have any spendable income? So of course, step one is to leverage to the point where you have spendable income. Now I did that. A lot of people can make sacrifices, do without, so that they can reallocate capital and then use the do without money so that they can invest in something. But the next question is, what do you invest in? You know, you have to position yourself in a market that is going to provide gain, and then your gain has to be managed so that you can flip it and continuously rise within the system. But those are choices that a lot of people don't make. They don't take the time to do. So complacency is what becomes the end result. You know, instead of striving, you just complain. But come on, let's actually get together and make some decisions that are financially sound. So in today's economic market, everything is inflated. You know, the stock market is ruled by high frequency trading computers that get in before you could even think about getting in. They're doing micro trades every second, so everything's a bubble. You know, most companies are buying back into their own stock, which inflates the price and manipulates the PE ratio. So you don't have sound economics within our current market trends, which means participating in the stock market or you know, getting involved in short-term gain items don't really pay off, not for the little guy at least. So some people say, well, not being able to make a decision makes me stagnant and I don't make any decisions. And what does it boil down to? A lack of information, lack of access, and a lack of study, right? So if you study and you dive into it a little bit further, you say, okay, well, there are other options. You know, the financial trend that is electronic currency is on the rise and will play a role in the future in spite of the naysayers. So if you position yourself in the electronic currency market, you can achieve some gains and not be competing against computers. But in order to do that, you have to, again, accomplish the spendable income and then to position yourself. So everything is about making sound decisions. Everything is about getting to the point where something you're doing is successful. You know, people first look at multi-level marketing. They make 1,000 excuses as to why it can't work and won't work. And then you have the few people who know how to recruit and influence other people and not only make it work, they climb to the top of each pay chart that they participate in. Because what is network marketing? It's referral-based commissions from influencing other people to spend money. So if you own a store where you sell potato chips and the store owner says, look, I need you to help me with word-of-mouth advertising. Every person that you bring into the store as a salesman, I will pay you a commission. And potato chips doesn't have a high market or markup difference, so that commission on each customer that comes into said store is not going to be very high. But you still have people with low commission value that leverage it and become successful because they know how to influence others. And in spite of the fact that it's a low ticket item, they still drive volume to compensate low commissions. You know, if you have a high ticket item with high commissions, then you can refer less people and achieve the same success. If you have a low ticket item with zero or small commissions, then you have to drive more people to accomplish the same level. But it's still decision making, okay? It's still using a model to benefit you so that you're in a different position or you stand above the rest. So what I'm talking about here is market positioning and smart decisions. Now that's something that anyone can do without excuse, and it just takes a little bit of effort, a lot of study, and some strong positioning. So I've done that in terms of the cryptocurrency space because the freedom that comes with a sound market in open supply and demand is contrary to the fixed access, limited access, engineered scarcity, and pyramidal system of control that we currently have within our monetary system. So I think anyone could make the same decision. You know, when you get into the fundamentals of what makes a market work and how you develop an economy, you have to really get into the trenches. You have to get into the trenches of Economics 101 and say, okay, you know what? If I put money in, I'm going to get money out. If I utilize high frequency trading involved in sound free trade, then I can probably benefit from automation and still profit on the other end. Now, a lot of people who participate in this market are just now experiencing the brokerage fees that's always been in other markets, and everyone's complaining about that. But cost of doing business has always, in our traditional model, been paying fees when you're successful. You know, whether that's to a broker, whether that's to a high frequency trading computer, or whether that's to a system that allows you to have access, you still have to render fees. So I wouldn't complain. I more would think about how to better make the system work and how to play chess more effectively. So this is an encouragement video, as all my videos, just trying to get you guys to think economics, think chess, and strategically plan for a better future so that you're not victimized. And that's really the only thing I think about. I think about how do I position myself so that tomorrow my kids say thank you. You know, I mean, I'm looking at the point where if you have a new emerging market and you pioneer yourself in that emergency, then there's opportunity. There's always opportunity in chaos, but only for those who are positioned or advantageous. So instead of fighting against the market, that's foolish. Position yourself.